much for talking to us. The situation surrounding the leadership of the People's Democratic Party is getting us talking right now on the program, and we're looking at the future of the party, especially as the court cases hanging over the matter relating to the caretaker committee set up by the National Convention of the People's Democratic Party held in Port Harcourt, and of course Senator Omisore Sharif, who has also been stopped by another court case from acting as the chairman of the party, where the BOT has come forward to say it will stand in the gap because of these court cases. Well, Senator Omisore Sharif believes that everything that is happening right now is just mere grandstanding that will not last because the court will speak. We caught up with the spokesperson of Senator Omisore Sharif earlier on telephone, and speaks to us on the stand of his principle on this matter.
You see, all this grandstanding will not change the facts of the matter. They are just trying to circumvent the law. The BOT is an advisory body. It cannot assume executive powers, and so it cannot run the affairs of the party on behalf of the statutory organs of that party. So perhaps they are just putting up a show, trying to give legitimacy to what cannot be recognized either in law or by logics. Senator Sharif has not dropped any case, and there was no reconciliation, including Senator Ali Sharif. You cannot shave a man's head in his absence. They have not reached out to him, only for us to see them on television, showing themselves as having taken over the affairs of the party. We shall await what the laws will say about who did what wrong or rightly. His stand is that the matter was allowed to degenerate into suits in the law courts. And so he will file in his appearances, he will argue his case, and at the end of the day, the court will tell us who acted in a manner consistent with the pronouncements of the courts, or in a manner inconsistent with the provisions of the constitution of the PDP. As it stands, there is no provision for a caretaker in the constitution of the PDP, which means a caretaker is an aberration. That rules out McCarthy and his group, or Manto and his group. Like I told you also, the BOT cannot assume executive powers because they are a mere advisory body of the party.
That was Mr. Onuwabuala, who spoke to us earlier on telephone, stating the stand of his principal, Senator Omisore Sharif. He insisted that his principal will explore all legal means to make sure that is rightfully installed as a party chairman. But let's get more perspectives on this matter. Former Deputy Governor in Osun State and a two-term senator who also ran against Governor Rauf Aregbesola in the 2014 governorship election in Osun State. Senator Omisore joins us now. Many thanks for coming us on the program. You're a chieftain of the party, and the way things are going on in the party, one will wonder that the BOT have told the world that they have reached out to Senator Omisore Sharif, and in the coming days, court cases will be dropped. But as it stands now, is the party not now more in trouble, or in more trouble, as it looks so much that Senator Omisore Sharif seems to be betrayed and is aggrieved over a lot of matter now?
Thank you very much, Shehu. PDP is a national party. Omisore Sharif just came in to fill in the gap of the northeast slot of the PDP. At the time he came in, he was given 3 months to fill the gap while the convention will come last May, which NEC and LOUC approved to. Suddenly coming around to go to courts portends danger and desperation on the part of Omisore Sharif. We are all concerned, we are all surprised at the movement from courtroom to courtroom in this circumstance. The first instance was a week to the convention. Suddenly we got a judgment of interim injunction. Some call it interlocutory injunction.
A court order.
A court order. And we are all aware that you cannot give interlocutory injunction without a third party in court. PDP was not involved, we are not aware. Senator Alimadu Sharif, at that point in time, wrote a letter associating himself from the court process. Under that guise, we went to convention in Port Harcourt. By the time we got to convention in Port Harcourt, Alimadu Sharif was with us. All the work committee were all with us in Port Harcourt. No crisis, no problem, not whatsoever. The next thing, how do we move forward in this party? We now got an array of court cases, injunctions and counter injunctions, where we don't know where they even came from. Some are even fake, as we discovered later on. The party, in its wisdom, now said, look, let us move forward, let us start on a clean slate. The party constitution, section 35, sub 3, gives the party, the convention, the ability, the powers to restructure, to regulate their own rules, and set a space in working for the party. In the wisdom of the party leadership, across the board, including Alimadu Sharif himself, we agreed that we put a critical committee. As a exception, Alimadu Sharif was struggling that he heads the critical committee. He was with us at the meetings throughout the night, up to the 5 minutes to the end of the critical committee. Some people were rooting for him to head the critical committee. That was his consent to it. Later on, they decided to have a new face. They appear for 3 months and have a convention in 90 days maximum. So, Alimadu Sharif cannot say he doesn't know the process. He is aware of the process. I don't know why he's so desperate at this point in time.
You think he's desperate? Or, I mean, he feels that he has been betrayed because he was called in, or he came in to rescue the party at a very critical moment where there were court cases asking the party to fill that position. And he said, according to his aide, that it looks so much that the party is getting his act together and he wants to be sidetracked. That is one of the grievances of Senator Alimadu Sharif.
Well, it's so unfortunate that one tree cannot make a forest. I mean, that's the worst of the wisdom of our people. And there's no time that he came in to rescue the party. It was a slot of Northeast, which he lobbied, he struggled for to get it.
You think he lobbied and struggled? Because there are a lot of people who entered for it. We have several other people who,
of course, that time
came for screening. There was a screening process, isn't it?
Of course, that time, you realize what followed. At that time, there was a protest across the land. People wanted not to have him. That was why we said that, look, let him come in for a 3-month interregnum. That was the one that freed the naps of the party leaders. Suddenly, he became desperate and ambitious. We wanted to continue.
In those 3 months, did the party experience some level of progress?
In 3 months?
In those 3 months that he stood in.
PDP is a party on cruise. When the party is on cruise,
it's interesting. I mean, for some of us who are in Nigeria, I don't know if you traveled out of the country, PDP was in trouble.
How?
At those moments. I've had people who come on this program who told us how they were going to fight the party because of the fact that the party was not was not going to fill the space of the national chairman of the party from their role.
Well, I say the same thing. I told you.
When you said the party is in cruise.
Oh, yes. The Northeast slot was to complete Muazu's agenda. That is from Muazu's ending term. So the issue of coming to stabilize the party does not arise at all. Anybody will have fought from Northeast to finish that agenda. Whereas, by convention, the convention is the highest body of the party. It can regulate, deregulate, make or mar.
All right, just a moment, Senator Omisore. We go on another short break. My guest, Senator Omisore, a chieftain of the PDP, will be talking to us more on what exactly holds the future of the PDP and where will the party go next in these, perhaps, troubled waters. Stay with us.